let's dive into it. So the first thing that you need, guys, is to pick your niche, aka your industry. We want you to actually stick with one single industry for at least 3 months to get enough result and data to be able to decide to either persist or pivot into a new industry. And later on in this video, I'm going to show you the reason why it's important to actually stick with one industry rather than pivot into multiple different industry. And the next thing you need, guys, is to draw your ideal avatar. So within that industry, for example, real estate, there's so many sub avatar and sub niche that you can actually choose from. Right, for example, there's buyer agent, seller agent. You could just pick real estate agent who's doing 20K a month, real estate agent who make at least 1 to 2 sales a month. So you want to be asking yourself basic question on who can afford your service to begin with. Again, for example, real estate is quite competitive. You may want to go sub niche on the get-go. And to contrast that, for example, plastic surgeon, you probably don't want to go sub niche because the audience is going to be too small. So the next thing here is to pick a free hook. And this is where Gohighlevel really come in. Because with the 30-day free trial, there's no upfront investment from you. Therefore, you can leveraging that 30-day free trial and use high-level feature that you normally get instantly or get for free from Highlevel and offering that to your client. So for example, website template, you're getting that for free in Gohighlevel library, chat widget, and funnel, and so much more. We're just gonna list 3 for the sake of this video. The next step, guys, is to package your free stuff with a payment plan or a setup fee, aka cash flow. So as you probably know, if you're just starting out, it's very crucial to have a very good hook, and having a free offer will help you massively. So one of the examples that I'm going to be laying out here is a free website. And as you probably know, going to Highlevel and getting a free website only takes you 2 clicks. Again, this is what we call leveraging, guys. Having Gohighlevel will help you massively into running your own SaaS agency. So with the free website offer, what you can offer alongside with that is a customization and a setup service. So you can charge people $500 to $1,000 just to put logo, phone number, and all that stuff for them. And the other one is the hosting fee. Now, this is literally nothing that you have to do. Highlevel will provide a hosting fee through their web server, but you obviously can charge that. And the other one is building a backend automation, aka lead capture. When people are getting a website, what's going to come onto the website? Traffic. And with that traffic, there's going to be interest expression in a form of phone number, email, and full name. And you want to build automation that capture all this lead for your client. And then alongside with that lead, now you're going to have a CRM to web host those leads. So again, hopefully you guys can get the point of it now. Just by going to the Facebook groups or just by calling someone or email someone and say, hey, Mr. Prospect, I don't see you have any website right now on Google. So can I offer a free website for you? And once they reply, you just have to get them to a Zoom call and explain to them that this is everything that needs to happen in order to have your website built. And then you can go ahead and enroll them into your business. So let's go ahead and show you another example on how we may package this for course creator and coaches out there, right? This is more like B2B. So for course creator, you want to create a free course. For example, for our business, we have a free course on teaching real estate agent on how to run their Facebook ad, how to set up their Highlevel. So how do you make money from that? You make money from that by offering them a sub account. And if you know it costs you nothing, and if you set that on automation, it also costs you nothing in terms of time to set everything up. And on top of that, you can charge them the SMS and email rebilling. And you can sell them on the snapshot, right? We have a real estate snapshot with funnel, workflow, and all that stuff include. There's definitely value attached to that, right? And then you can upsell them to one-on-one coaching and then support and all that stuff. So again, free stuff, free hook that get people in, get people interested, and then you will make money on the back end. Really, guys, I really want to get your thinking along this workflow. So guys, really get creative with this. One of the trends that I see with successful student and successful affiliate that come with us is the amount of creativity that they get into their business. It is your business, it's your way, it's your style. So make sure that you do something that's unique, and when you say it out loud or when you put it into a Facebook ad, it starts to turn head. So the other example to this is a free chat widget. right? So this is one of those little bubble that you put into other people's website, and it's literally just a copy and paste code. The obvious one is rebuilding SMS and email. So when someone come in your customer or your client website and then they opt in, the chat widget gonna be message them in the form of SMS and email, and then obviously that's the rebuilding part. You know, the CRM, they're gonna create pipeline, opportunity, and contact. So you're gonna need a CRM to host that. So that's gonna be a sub account selling right there. And then what you can do is go ahead and push that further to a DFY, done for you offer, such as setting up campaigns, social management. You can charge anywhere between 1 to 3K a month with this. This is the done for you offer, and this is what we also do in our agency as well. Remember this guy, keep everything simple, straight to the point, okay? Business owner want more client, they want more money, right? Whether you're offering them chat widget, website, automation, workflow, it all lead back to getting them more client, getting them more foot traffic, word of mouth, aka making them more money. So you really want to tailor your offer to that. Really just align the language, the word to that, right? So this is why it's important to have an avatar in the get-go. So it just makes your life easier. So for example, for a dentist, you can tailor your offer in terms of language, pain point, and desired outcome just to the dentist industry. So you can talk about teeth whitening client, plastic surgery, book appointment, just really tailor the language to them. So when you're presenting a website or a chat widget, is to get them 10, 20, 50 more teeth whitening client, plastic surgeon client. So hopefully that makes sense. So the next step is the most important and the most fun step is to pick your price, guys. So the free offer is the lead generation. So you're gonna get lead and express of interest a lot from your offer because it's free. The next thing is to upsell them to a subscription, aka the SaaS model. We recommend anywhere between $197 to $597 per month. This is like USD, by the way. So the one thing that I do differently from most guru out there is just have one fixed price, and then the other price is an upsell price. So for example, I have $197, and the next one is 6 months of that $197, but with a little bit of discount. The reason why we're doing this is we want to keep things really, really simple, especially when you're starting out. You don't want to have 3 different tier products, such as $197, $297, and $497. That just adds complexity to your offer and to your business in general. So again, guys, have one price and have a 6 to 12 month package with that same price with a little bit of discount. And the next thing, guys, is to sell those clients into a high ticket offer. This is what we call the done for you offer. You can charge anywhere between 1 to 6K per month. You definitely can use this alongside with Gohighlevel feature. Highlevel have a social media scheduling campaign and a paid ad reporting. So you want to be using that feature, package it with your done for you offer as well. So the thing about done for you offer is that it's very optional. Obviously, you probably don't need to implement this, but we're doing a hybrid model. We teach hybrid model. This is what you should do, and it just increases lifetime value of your customer. To be able to offer this, you have to have a little bit of experience in your hand. So you're able to offer things such as the risk reversal, guarantee, and client success. And that's going to be about help you offering a higher ticket price point, adding that extra dollar sign to your client lifetime value. If you're completely new here to this whole SaaS business model, software as a service, we made a completely free course and checklist on how to get from a beginner on high level to an expert in a matter of 30 days and land your own 10 clients in the process of doing that. And this is the exact same course that we use to help hundreds of agencies across the globe to kick off and launch their software business, some of which have scaled past 6 and 7 figure per year. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking of taking the leap forward into starting your very own software business, make sure that you use the referral link down below to get a 30-day extended trial, just because we are a partner with Gohighlevel, and on top of that, you will get access to our support network such as weekly call, Facebook groups, and one-on-one support. And as a bonus, you will get a completely done for you agency template or snapshot that we use to grow and scale our agency straight to your newly made account, so you can get a head start compared to the rest of the pack. Thank you so much for watching this. Let's get back to the video. And the beauty thing about this is that the retention for each client that you bring in is very high because they have the software subscription with you and then they have the service done with you. And it's also means that each client that you bring in have a very high LTV, lifetime value, meaning that you can go out there, spend more and get more client and outbet your competitor because each client that you bring in have a higher lifetime value. For you to get 10 clients, you have to understand the math, guy, right? So I work all this out for you, and keep in mind this is industry standard percentage, like industry standard or benchmark rate. To get 10 clients based on a 20% close rate, you need to have 50 demo, right? So that's going to be a face-to-face Zoom call. Right, hopefully that makes sense, right? To get 50 demo from 70% show up rate, you're gonna need 72 booking. So that means you gotta confirm appointment booking with 72 people on the phone. And this number may sound big, guys. That's why we'll break it down to a monthly. We'll break it down to a weekly and a daily. So if you break it down to daily, you only need 3.6 appointment confirmed every day. And this is based on a rate that you have the appointment confirmation set up, appointment reminder set up. And if you're using Gohighlevel, you should have that for your business, right? Because you're going to help other business setting it up. So make sure you have appointment confirmation, all that stuff. You're going to get 70% show rate. The 30% is like they either change their mind, something happened. They're always a no-show, guys. If you want to get 70% confirmed appointment, right? You want to be talking to 247 people. Again, this number is starting to get bigger and bigger. That's why we'll break everything down to a weekly and a daily basis. So you can see in a day, you just need to speak to 12 people. If you need to be speaking to 240 people a month, guys, you need to be sending out, you guess it, 2,400 effort of outreach. Right? Again, like we're going to go through this in our course, so make sure you actually check that out as well on how to message people on LinkedIn, Instagram, email, even Highlevel itself. First thing you'll see here is that we have the months, right? We have January to December. So you want to pick the month that we're in right now. So let's just say, pretend that we're in September, right? So the first thing you want to go in September is that we'll do by week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, right? So this is the thing that this is obviously a template of what I use personally for my own business. So I track my my mindset, my well-being, my sleep, and all that stuff as well. I leave it there for you guys to like mess around with it, but I'm not going to go through that in the video. Technically, the reason behind that, just quickly here, is that your mindset, your sleep, your well-being, your fitness, your weight, and your diet affect your output, right, as a business owner. That's why I have it there, so I can see the correlation. So LinkedIn, you want to put in like in today, like Monday on September, the first week of Monday, September, how many LinkedIn effort did I do? I did 100 reach out, right? And 5 people reply, right? And I do 30 on Facebook, right? Before I was getting banned, let's say I was doing 30 and I get like 6 people reply. And I do 30 on Instagram and I get 2 reply. And I do 500 in cold email and I get 2 reply. And I do, 10 cold call and I got 1 reply, right? So, I'm not running ad right now because I'm a beginner, right? So, and, that is prospecting, that's just prospecting, guys. And then we're talking about sales here, right? How many conversations did I have right now, right? So we have, so these are reply that I track, but this is the conversation. So I have all that reply total for today. Let me just check that. So total for today, you got like, anyway, let's just, conversation, I would have 6 conversation today. Out of that 6, I able to book 3. Out of that, I have 1 demo and I close 1. Like, and remember, like, if you just do this every day, track your effort every day, and fascinating about this sheet, guys, like I say, like this sheet is amazing. Like, it's the roadmap. So if you come in here and you look at September, that's the total. I make 170 thing on LinkedIn, 5 reply and total lead, and it's do total booking in September. So that total booking on September, right? So that's 6311. And what I do is that in this section, the math is already worked out for you. The formula is already worked out for you guys. Is that in September, it will show you the reply rate for LinkedIn. And you can see here, Facebook give you the most output. So you should probably focus on Facebook, given that Facebook giving you a 20% reply rate in terms of prospecting, right? And then you can see your close rate and your sales rate and all that stuff for September. Right? And in the graph here, it's more like a visual aid. You can see September here is what's going on in September. This is massive, guys. Like you can see like August and September, and you can see the whole year, right? You can see from January to December, what's up and what's down. Hopefully that makes sense so far, guys. If you hover here is the 30-day roadmap. I also designed this myself as well for you guys. Is that, you know, first of all, first thing you want to do is change the date correctly to whatever date you have and just track it down. So for example, if today's date is not January 1st, just come in here like February 1st and then track it down and it will fix itself, right? Same as Sunday, right? So if you say today is Tuesday that you start and you just track it down, the formula will do itself, right? So this is the 30-day roadmap. Okay, guys? I want you to only spend 4 days setting up Gohighlevel. No more than that. No more than that. Right? Non-negotiable, guys. Like the biggest mistake that I see beginner make, guys, is that you spend so long setting up Highlevel and you literally end up using the 30-day trial, doing the tech stuff. Not good. Not good. Right? I'm gonna be direct with you. That is not what you need to do. Right? Study the course, study the outreach, study the offer, study the script, and actually get ready to attack. Right? To be honest, you don't even need to have your Gohighlevel ready before you onboard your first client, right? Until you onboard the client, you probably have to rush, but I don't want you to be in that position either. Spend some time, get the foundation right, get Twilio, get email, get SMS done right, get domain done right. But you should not take longer than that, guys. Like the most important thing is get your first client. Go out there, pick up the phone, go to the email, send the text. That's what you need to do, right? You got hang up. When you get so caught up with the tech side, it makes you like sort of scared as well, because you just realize, oh my God, this is so big, this is so hard, I don't know how to do it. And it's actually holding you back from picking up the phone, because now you're sort of like doubting yourself and all that stuff, right? Do not do that. Do not fall into that trap, right? So once you watch the course, craft your offer, launch your outreach campaign, know which one is like your main platform, and start to send message, start to prospect, start to make phone call. Again, we're going to go through all of that in depth in the course. Like I'm going to make sure like we're going to go through that in the course, right? How much should charge, what's your offer should look like, how to find a limited lead, Facebook prospecting, Instagram prospecting using Gohighlevel, cold calling, and using paid ads. I'm going to be updating this to make sure that you have the most up-to-date information in terms of getting client. Okay, guys? And if you're just new and you're watching this on YouTube, there's a free course on how to set up your SaaS company from scratch and how to get your first 10 clients. Okay, so at the second week, you want to be hard, go all in prospecting, right? Prospecting, booking, Zoom demo, prospecting, Zoom demo, and then have a cup of tea, right? And then on the you know, your see me to last week, that's when you start onboarding client. If you've done this right, you should be able to onboarding a couple of clients. Right? This framework really result based on your output, guys. So some people was like, they could mark this as like, I done this, and then they like sending like 200 email. And other people could say, I done this, they send like 2,000 email. And then there's no surprise that the people that send 2,000 email will land more client than the guy that sent 200 email. Even though you take like on tracks on here, like anyway, you can go on track or behind. Even though if you put on tracks on here, guys, it's the amount of work. What I see, I can't stress enough, like the successful student and the most successful affiliate that I see is that they take massive action. Even though you do this, do it in a massive scale, right? Do this is like until like you get banned, until you get blocked, until your email domain get rejected, right? That's how you know you do it right, because you do it so much, you know what the benchmark on in terms of like the maximum sending limit. If that makes sense. Please don't take my word and my message the wrong way out of context, right? Take a nap. And then after that, on your last week, document what worked, what doesn't work, right? And actually do more things, like keep doing it, keep doing more appointment, more demo, and actually start scaling from there, start hiring a VA, outsource your business, and go live the lifestyle that you want. Okay, so that is it. That is the roadmap, and use this to keep yourself accountable. If you come to our weekly call and you could, Rico, I can't get a client, the first thing I do, guys, is like, show me your tracking sheet, show me your roadmap. And I look at it. The first thing I do is look at your number. I look at your number. If it's not there, then your result is not there. So always come back to yourself here. Am I happy with the money in my bank account? Right? If not, look at your number, look at your output, look at your effort, look at your outreach, right? Trust me guys, it's correlation between this number and the number in your bank account, right? And this sheet that I spent like thousands of dollars paying someone like to help me build this will be in the description, so you can use it from today onward, whether you are our affiliate partner or not. But if you can be, it would be super grateful to have you on board, so we can help you so much more in terms of adding more value in terms of stuff like this. But just keep in mind that this number will be directly linked to the number in your bank account and your number of clients coming into your business. So you can see here, I have made this as clear as possible into a Google Docs checklist that you can follow step by step and implement it to your agency straight away, right? We're gonna start off with step number 1. So when you're just starting out, guys, the number 1 thing that you need to know and implement to your agency is deciding on a niche, aka an industry, right? So that means dentist, chiropractor, real estate agent, or plumber, right? So what that allows you to do is put your focus, attention, and energy into one industry, one avatar, instead of spreading it around. And it will just make more sense when it comes to step 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you will see that later on in the video. So what I would recommend is that you want to start off with something that you like already, all right? So the number 1 recommendation that I can give you guys when you're just starting out is to pick an industry that you know something about already or you like in general. So for example, just like talking about car or racing car or sport car, you know, you can have a look at car dealership and whatnot. It just gives you better knowledge when it comes to being rapport with business owner in that area, right? But the logical side of it is 3 questions that you need to be asking yourself, right? Is this a growing market? Does the market have a pain point, right? Most market does have a pain point. And does the market have money when it comes to affording your service? Now, I'm going to give you some example on all of these 3 questions. So for example, when it comes to the growing market, our agency personally picked real estate agent because it's such a massive growing market. We know that for every year, you have a portion of real estate agent quit, you know, their job and start a new career, but there's also a bunch of growing young entrepreneurs become a real estate agent. So that market is always even out, or if not, keep growing every year. And the market pain point, now every market has a pain point, guy, but you want to be looking at this from your service point of view. Is the pain point something that you can solve? For example, like if you look at the older demographics, the pain point is like health, injury, and all that stuff. If you're not selling insurance or healthcare, and you're selling marketing service, you know, you have nothing to offer them. The question, does the market have the money to afford your service? Again, like we're bringing the example back to the older demographics. People that are on retirement, their money and their finance could be very limited. So you have to be knowing if your market have the investment and the affordability to invest into your service. Now you must be thinking, oh my God, how do I know about this information? The quick answer here is Google it and YouTube it. And obviously when time goes by, you have the opportunity to speak with an actual business owner in that industry on the phone, email, or whatnot, and then you can collect real data. And when you're starting out, Google and YouTube is more than enough, guys. So the second point here is create an ideal avatar within that industry, right? Again, you don't have to worry straight away that you won't get this right. Okay, this is a process that you build upon and you get more and more correct and more accurate over time, right? The question you want to ask here is that how much revenue are they making right now? How many years have they been in business? And how many staff do they have? Like, this is just an example. Obviously, you can create your own qualification question when it comes to your agency. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you an example again. This is back in my own agency. So when we were just starting out, we were talking to literally everyone in the real estate agent space, and they were offering different things. Some offering investment property. They offering to buy the house. They're offering to sell the house, rental. So that was like really confusing, right? And I really don't know what to offer to this group of people. And then we start to narrow down to one specific avatar. So this is agent that looking for seller in the marketplace in particular. We find that those agents are really in need when it comes to lead generation and lead capture. And on top of that, as time go by, we actually start to find out that seller agent who make 1 to 2 sales a month and have at least one PA, personal assistant, is becoming our ideal avatar, because at that range, they have the money and their mindset is actually very good to work with. So hopefully you get the point by now. This is not something that you will get right on the first go. You will improve upon and get more accurate and more correct as time go by. And ideally, you should make a Google Sheet or Google Docs spreadsheet on the list of criteria of the people that you bring in, and if they become a good client, what sort of criteria do they have, and if they become a bad client, what sort of criteria do they have, and then you start to see trends and pattern after that. So the third step of scaling your SaaS agency is creating a good hook. Now that not necessarily mean a free hook. It could be a free hook, especially it would help you out a lot if you're just starting out, leveraging Gohighlevel, free template, free website, or free automation. That would help you out a lot. But it doesn't have to be free. Again, guys, right, I'm putting a note here. Do not worry, you don't have to get it right away. And this is something that you split test and you improve upon and it get accurate a long time. So this is something that you split test and you get more and more accurate over time. Okay, so what you want to be asking yourself here is this key question: what feature of your SaaS can have the most leverage in this industry or in this niche? All right, so what that means is that it has the highest demand, right? It perceived as high value, or is under implemented in the industry, but it requires you low resource and all low investment to fulfill. For example, for real estate agent, we have lead nurture, right? So that is like an SMS or email reply on Highlevel. And if you use Highlevel before, it's a one-time setup. You literally just click a button, publish the workflow, and it's done. So you want to be looking for stuff like that. So for you, that might take 5 minutes to set up, but for real estate agent, that could make a difference between 100K to 200K on their top line. So this is what I mean by a high value hook, because the prospect perceive it as a very high value offer. Now obviously I can give you a lot more example, but I'm just going to list 4 here. For example, for pest control, there's not many pest control in a given city. It's not really that competitive compared to real estate agent. So when it comes to pest control, people are searching for it. They literally need it right now. So the most important part would be Google review. And again, really launching a Google review campaign only take a matter of 3 to 10 minutes. It really don't take you that long. And you can perceive it as high demand because a lot of pest controller doesn't know what to do when it comes to improving the Google review. Again, when it comes to dental clinics, I guess the problem with dental clinics is having an online booking, having people show up, having a nurturing sequence between those appointments is very important. It is under implemented. A lot of dentists out there doesn't have the right calendar online to do all this stuff. Again, low value to you. Once you set it up, you build a snapshot, you build a workflow, it's all automated. And when it comes to coaches, a lot of them are still using Calendly. You can come in, say, hey, instead of just using Calendly, there's so much nurturing and automation when it comes to Highlevel and all that stuff, right? It is high demand. Hopefully you get the point right now. I do want you to spend a good amount of time to sit down properly and really ask yourself, sit down and get a blank piece of pen and paper and really write down all of the hook that you can test within the next 90 days into your niche right now, and really just take note into what is really resonating when it comes to your marketplace. Alright guys, let's move on to step 4 when it comes to scaling your SaaS agency, which is crafting an effective outreach message. Again, don't worry, you won't get this right away, and this is a process that you will get better over time. Okay, so step number 1, guys, make sure that you check out our free course that gonna have our full outreach training. Gonna have LinkedIn, Instagram, cold email, and paid ad, all that stuff. So actually make sure that you check that out. In 2023, make sure that you use ChatGPT to help you create different split tests and different variation when it comes to your outreach message. So you want to be using these elements such as soft and hard guarantee, social proof, scarcity, FOMO, urgency, and I'm going to give you a framework and an example in a minute. But the one thing that I really want to emphasize is that you will not succeed if you have the mindset of copy and paste is going to work, right? If you're going to be copy and paste, the example I'm going to give you here, and you just cross your finger, it's not going to work, guys. Marketing and being in this game is make sure that you are continue to innovate and split test every day and find out the most effective message when it comes to getting appointment for your agency. So let's dive into the framework. The framework here is that hey name, rapport, I was wondering, insert your scarcity FOMO agency element here. We are currently free hook and has been doing it for social proof and guarantee. And after that, you have a call to action, CTA, or a close-end question. A close-end question is a question that requires yes or no. So let's give you an example so all of this makes sense, okay? So you go, hey John, which is hey name, just saw you in my LinkedIn connection. Right? So if you guys doing this to a completely codeless that you get from D7, Yellow Page, or just scraping, you just said, hey John, I just saw your website, or I just saw your Facebook page. Well, that just gives you a lot of leverage because it sounds like you are their fan instead of someone that reaching out from a connection such as LinkedIn or Facebook. I saw you only have Google review in the past 5 years in business. And we're currently looking for a qualified plumber in New York City right now to help 10x the Google review in the next 90-day guarantee. So this sentence alone is an element of FOMO, scarcity, social proof, guarantee, and free hook all in the same time. Right? So again, like this is something that you need to sit down properly and craft specifically for your agency to your specific industry. So hopefully that makes sense now. If I were to rewind back to the beginning of the video, you can see now why it's so important to actually stick with one industry. So imagine if you were prospecting chiropractor, dentist, and real estate agent, you are not going to be succeeding because there's just so many variable and variation in there because each industry would have different hook, different message, and you're not going to see which one is going to be the winning one. So hopefully this makes sense, guys. Your outreach message derives from your free hook. So that's why it's also important that you do this process, this checklist in order. So you have to pick your free hook first, and then you can go on to creating your outreach. Because you can see clearly here for this example, the hook is the Google review campaign. This is what you say when you have Google review as your free hook. But you would say something else if you have a free website or a free lead nurture campaign for your client. You would say a different thing. Hopefully that makes sense. And then at the end, you have the call to action, which is when is a good time to chat. Now, if you want to soften the blow here, you can finish off with a close-end question, which is, would that be something that you want to explore further? That would make your outreach message or your sentence overall sound a lot softer instead of when it's a good time to chat. So before we move on to the next step, I want to hit back with the soft and hard guarantee here just to clarify on a few things. Hard guarantee is something really tangible when it comes to ROI, right? You will get your money back if you don't hit 20 appointment guarantee. You can include that into your message. Soft guarantee is something like, if you're not satisfied with us for the next 7 days, you get your money back. Something like that, okay? So hard guarantee is very number driven. Like if you don't get X, you get your money back. Soft guarantee is more like, if you're not happy or you're not satisfied with our service. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So now guys, let's move on to step 5 into scaling your SaaS agency, which is creating your pitch / your offer, right? Again, don't worry, you won't get this right straight away. This is different from the hook. A lot of people have been using the word hook, offer, and pitch interchangeably. They are not the same. A hook is something that you use in your outreach message to get the initial conversation start. An offer and a pitch is pretty much what you say to them when they face-to-face with you on a Zoom call to get like the money, to get that deposit, to get that invoice fulfilled, okay? So it's very different. A pitch normally more longer and more meaningful, okay? So let's start off with the first checklist. You have to remember that every business owner want more client and want more money. So you have to get good with linking your free hook and your outreach message to getting them more client or more money in the next 90 days or whatnot. Whether you do Google review, online campaign, Facebook marketing, you have to show them that what you're doing is directly bringing the business more client in the next 90 day or 60 day. They don't care about Gohighlevel, Zapier or other crap. Please don't go into detail about how Pixel is working, how workflow is working. They don't care about that. Make a simple 2 to 4 step process on how you can help them. It must be so simple that an 8-year-old can understand, and you will have to explain everything in 5 minutes or less, right? So our agency have a 3-step process. It's really simple. I can just explain to it on my sleep. I have it memorized, and it just worked really well when it comes on a Zoom call. It gives me zero anxiety. It gives me, like, I don't feel nervous at all because I memorize everything, and I can literally say it in my sleep, guys. So make sure that you get it straight and you make it short. The pitch and the hook, again, must be aligned to complement each other. Again, like if your hook was Google review, make sure that you link it to the final offer and make sure that they can see an ROI at the end of this, return on investment, okay? Again, you will fail if you come with a mindset that I'll just copy and paste this, it's gonna work. Right? Never ever that have worked in history. You have to become innovative and creative in yourself, okay? So let's just get started with the framework, okay? So when you on a call with them, you ask them some question, you discover, you build rapport, you make that connection and you feel like they need help and you can help them. So what you said is, hey name, I think we can help you. Would you like me to tell you more? And wait for them to say yes. So you would say you have this, your framework system, give it a name. And then you know how you mention problem 1, what we do is solution 1. You know how you mention problem 2, what you do is solution 2. Problem 3, solution 3. Really, really as simple as that. And then after that, just really answer a question that they have and then just pitch your price after that, okay, guys? We're gonna give you some example to drive the point home, and the hook for this scenario is a Google review campaign. And you said, hey John, I think we can help you. Would you like me to tell you more? Okay, we have this digital on-demand system. Just make something catchy and creative like that, that we will implement into your business within the next 90 days. Now, giving them a time frame also set expectation in the beginning, so they would know that what you're pitching them will be 3 months, right? They would know without even like pitching right now. So right now we're just giving them like the strategy and the offer. But if you're pitching them like, let's say $5,000, $4,000, they know it for 90 days, right? So number 1, you know how you mentioned there's not much traction in your store. So what we do is that we're going to launch a Google review campaign that's going to 100% increase your online presence. So just make sure that you have the right pause and tonality when it comes to saying this stuff and have emotion attached to it. You should sound very excited, but also neutral at the same time, okay? And also pause, just say it like, does that make sense? Okay? Do not make it sound like you're reading the script, or like don't feel nervous, because that energy and that emotion are going to be transferred to them. Step 2, for those who give you 4-star or more, we going to create a referral campaign where they are incentivized to invite their friend to the store, which then will increase our store traffic at the same time. And just letting you guys know, this is a skill set. Once you get good at this, it's easy for you to come up with new creative idea and new attractive idea when it comes to doing this. Literally just sit down and do it properly for your agency. This is going to be the highest return on investment activity that you can do for your agency right now, creating this offer and creating your hook. Step 3, to maintain and automate everything, what we do is that we're going to set up a workflow / automation that going to rinse and repeat this process for all future customer and future review. So you can see here the 3 sentence, if you read it out and say it out, it probably take you less than 3 minutes. And it sounds really, really simple. As you can see, we don't go into Pixel and automation and Zapier and all that stuff, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. And one other thing is that you want to be looking at their facial expression, right? You want to be noticing that after you're saying this, they actually understand, like they understand it logically and they understand it emotionally. And the next thing that you should look for is that the prospect is saying to themselves that this is exactly what I need into my business right now, okay? That's the facial expression that you want to see in your prospects. So moving on to step 6 on scaling your SaaS agency is creating a feedback loop. So what that means, guys, you want to implement step 1 to step 5 correctly first and speak to 30+ business owner in just one industry, right? You want to be taking note on their pain point, their desired outcome, their goal, and their objection, why they don't buy or why they do buy. Take note of their reaction and their interaction with your hook, your pitch, and your guarantee. And you want to be like, put that into a spreadsheet or Google Docs or, a slide or Google Notes somewhere and actually improve upon that. With those notes, you should have the feedback loop necessary to refine step 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, this is why it's so important to have one niche. If you have 2 or 3 different niche, the note is just all over the place and you don't know which one to improve upon. It's just very hard to have, multiple different niche. It's just very hard to have multiple different niches, especially when you're just starting out. Okay, now step 7 is when you actually launch the rocket and launch paid ad campaign. All right, once you feel confident about your hook, message, and offer, that's when you create a funnel and buy media, buy traffic into it, whether it's through TikTok, Instagram, Google ad, or YouTube ad. You're gonna buy traffic into a landing page and get people subscribed into your software on autopilot. Now, I'm not gonna go into detail into what that look like because most of you that are watching this and creating step 1 to step 6, that's gonna be your main priority. And if you are actually at step 7, make sure that you message us privately. We can give you a consultation on what that look like and what work in our agency. Otherwise, it's just too long to mention step 7 because that's a whole other beast and whole other monster by itself, running paid ad and funnel. We'd rather make a separate video about it, but right now you can message us privately that say you're interested about launching paid ad when it comes to your SaaS offer. And underneath, we just give you a couple of links, resources that you might find helpful when it comes to implement step 1 to step 6. Hey guys, if you enjoy watching the video, make sure that you also checking out this content right there.